Hello everyone, I'm Venuka Goyal and welcome to Thursdays with Venuka. So, as some of you might have noticed, the paperback for my book Why Not is out. The book has been available as an ebook on Amazon, on Kindle for the last few months. But of course, it's a different feeling actually seeing the paperback, to meet the book in person, so to say. So, this has been a very exciting week for me. And so, I thought that today I'll tell you something about Why Not. Why Not is a quick read. It's about 50 pages or so. It's a short read. It's the story of Preeti and Arjun. Preeti and Arjun work in the same office building, and they bump into each other one rainy monsoon evening. And this is a story of how they get into kind of a quick self-arranged marriage, right? So today I'll tell you something about Preeti. What kind of a girl is Preeti? So I'll read you a few lines from chapter 1 of this book. So as opposed to You're Stuck With Me for Life, my first novel, You're Stuck With Me for Life was written in the first person, but Why Not is written in the third person, right? So let's see what's happening with Preeti, right? So in chapter 1, it was a Wednesday evening at the beginning of the monsoon season. The sun had set and it was almost dark outside. The wind was pleasant and the downpour was musical. Preeti would have enjoyed the rain had she been at home. As it turns out, she wasn't. She was standing at the porch of her office building and she was all alone. Well, almost. There was a security guard who was peering at the phone with utmost interest, and there was a street dog that had taken shelter from the rain. But other than that, Preeti was alone. She glanced at her delicate silver wristwatch and then looked towards the heavens in a silent prayer. She adjusted the strap of her blue sling bag on her shoulder and was on the verge of just running through the rain and taking her chances at finding an auto rickshaw without caring about what it would do to the state of her delicate pista green kurta and white leggings. What was I thinking when I chose this outfit in the morning? I'm going to end up ruining my nice clothes today, she lamented to herself. The kurta had a conservative cut, and the jewelry she wore was minimal. After having a swarm of guys moon over her back in the first year of college, Preeti had gotten into the habit of picking outfits that she thought made her look as plain as possible without looking dowdy. She thought that it would keep the guys who asked her out on a date be minimal. She was from a conservative family and she didn't want any scandals. But there were guys who ended up asking her out anyway, and to those guys, her response was standard: I don't date. It was as simple as that. Preeti knew that with relationships, you never knew how serious the guy was. You never knew if it would end up in marriage or not. She had seen the most promising and serious relationships among her classmates in college end up in breakups. She didn't need that drama in her life. Also, her mother had said in a very stern way when Preeti got admission to college, girls from our household don't get involved with boys in that way. Remember, in the end, you will get married to a man from our community. So that's Preeti, right? And she's not a rebellious kid. She listens to what her parents say, and so she has just accepted the fact that her parents are going to, choose a groom for her one day, that she's going to have an arranged marriage. So, to find out more about what happens to Preeti when she bumps into Arjun one fine monsoon evening, read Why Not? Right? So, that's all for this week. I'll see you again next week. Maybe next week I'll tell you something about what kind of a person Arjun is, right? So, until next week, goodbye.